heart with him. Your heart, your crying. Yes, I don't know kind boss. Why is him Brian Manimu? Methodist Asalba with him. Your heart, your crying. Yes, I don't know.
Have to accommodate. So thank you very much for your hard work. Extend our thanks to our caterers and all those people who have helped registration processes, both clergy and lay. Let them know that we are grateful to them. We have made recommendations and taken resolutions at this meeting. When we meet at the November GPC, we would like those from the various that who represent the various directorates to let us know the ways in which those recommendations and resolutions are being executed. Because we come to make resolutions so that they can be implemented. So I would like general directors and directors, when you meet in your various directorates, to isolate for discussion all the recommendations and resolutions we have made and let us know in what ways they are being implemented. Very soon, we will begin to conduct nominations for persons considered suitable to serve as bishops of dioceses. We know the kinds of discourses and the issues that arise when those nominations are taking place. There is nothing wrong with sharing with friends your interest in serving in God's vineyard in any capacity. What we don't want to see is the kind of acrimonious campaigns that usually accompany those processes. We set up a small committee to provide us some guidance regarding how we want the processes to be conducted in terms of how individuals are expected to conduct themselves. We'll make the recommendations available to bishops and lay chairmen so that you will share with your people as some kind of ethical guide on how not to behave if you want to serve God's church. At the ministerial session this morning, we did consider stationing. It is virtually complete except for one or two issues under consideration. And once those have been taken care of, we will circulate the list of stationing for our use and for our information. For those of you who would have to move or change stations, please let us remind them that we require our ministers to prepare handover notes. This is not going to come from the executive. It is not going to come from the headquarters. So I'm putting this firmly on the plate of our bishops, on the table of our bishops, to communicate to those who are moving that everyone is expected to leave handing over notes. And they must be ready before the next minister takes over. Our practice is for ministers to take over from October 1st. If for some reason this cannot happen, it should be brought to attention so that all the problems that we normally have associated with transfers do not happen. Beloved friends, there are a number of other things on which we have expressed misgivings. We will take our time to issue pastoral letters to provide guidance on some of these matters. So I'm not going to go into any elaborations now. One of them, for example, is the celebration of 1 week celebrations in commemorating our departed ones. We have talked about this in the past, and we realize that the services are getting longer, even more elaborate, with families required to provide meals and so on. When we started bringing 1 week celebrations into the chapel, as ministers, we came just in suit, and the services were 1 hour. Now we are adding the cassock, the stole, as if we are going for a full funeral. I want to encourage all dioceses that we should keep things as simple as they were. We know what we wear for the full funeral. The 1 week is just a short 1 hour service in which the person speaking is expected to give a short exhortation, not a thesis in the name of a sermon. These are matters that I leave for our personal consciences so that we do what is right. I have already told the ministers at the Connectional FK, let's approach the ministry of preaching seriously, and let's approach the sacraments with due reverence. In my address at the beginning, I talked about the fact that our church service are becoming too cluttered with tangential issues. And this morning we have heard fine devotion in which our attention is being drawn to the fact that our organizations exist to help members to witness to Christ and live for Christ in their daily lives. So I'm calling on leaders at all levels to try and redirect these organizations to fulfill their core mandate. We have already mentioned that we do not allow guest prophets and people like that into our pulpits. We are not there to supervise and police every society. But any proclamation or declaration that is made, any practice that is made in our churches, if it comes to our attention, we will act on it. And I like to say, we will act on it decisively. Let's take our prayer lives, our worship life seriously. And let's constantly remind ourselves, as I said at the beginning, that we are a church, and keep our eyes on our core mandate. I trust that as we return to our various places, the Lord will accompany us by His Spirit, that we shall execute the ministry He has delivered to our church to His glory and be a blessing to our generation. Tomorrow, we'll have the 190th anniversary there, but it's not such a long program. And honor those who deserve to be honored. We try to separate that from the ordination so that we don't have such a long service on Sunday. Tomorrow, feel free to appear in anything traditional, organizational cloth, and as directed on Sunday, the blue cloth. The ministers on Sunday, you will come as we come during ordination, so your official outfit. But tomorrow, feel free. Thank you very much. for the opportunity to serve you, and God bless you and bless us all. Amen.